Connor's stable, expected to go well. We'll cross to Mark Sheen now for the calling of the first race, the Rosemont Estate Magic Night Stakes.
And comes up. Just waiting for the starter to climb the ladder, and he does that now. And they're off and racing, and Mazima Springs missed the start. Alizé began very fast, and Tani Girl came out running on the outside, and she's going to cut across and get outside Alizé fairly easily. Monsoon Wedding settling down third, and then Luna Spur followed by Sweet Ransom. Segments is back and trapped a little bit wide. Then Illusional back on the inside from More Knowledge, Burning Sands, and then Written by Czar. Mazima Springs Like Chocolate and Val de Fleur went back to last of all. Down the side, and Alizé the leader with about 6.50 to go in front of Sweet Ransom. Segments on the outside, No Luck 3 wide. Monsoon Redding tracking up on the inside, and Tani Girl running fifth and just being niggled along. And then came Luna Spur Illusional, given a smack with the whip, followed by All Knowledge, Written by Zama, Zima Springs, and then came Burning Sands. Vals de Fleur as well back, and Like Chocolate as last, but Alizé skipped away as they turned for home. At the 300, it's 3 lengths in front. Segments gets to second. Tani Girl switching to the outside. Monsoon Wedding getting up on the inside, but their chances look forlorn. Alizé is well out in front. Segments is next with Monsoon Wedding, and then Tani Girl, but Alizé is giving them a galloping exhibition in the first. Punched out by Darren Beedman. She races away for a big victory. Tani Girl second, Monsoon Wedding third. Segments never on the track, finish fourth. And then Burning Sands, All Knowledge, followed by Like Chocolate, Val de Fleur. And then came Written by Czar, followed by Luna Spur, Illusional, Sweet Ransom, and Mazima Springs along last.
Well, a super impressive performance there by Elyse's, and 1-2 to Victoria in the first leg of the two-year-old races here today. Amy, that's a very exciting win by Elyse's. I know that the camp has got a very high opinion of this horse, the McAvoy camp, and I know that the second horse is very highly thought of as well. So just judging by that, I think that we might have a change in the slipper market this afternoon, judging by the way that horse has finished off that race there. Just jumped straight. Sweated up badly there, as you can see, but like we discussed prior in previous weeks, Amy, they do sell up these two-year-olds. They get nervous. It's their first go, you know, sort of only their first few goes at the races, but she has sweated up very, very badly. He's a nice type. I expect him to run a race. He'll get back in the field. We'll probably look towards High Priority and Outback Prince going forward here and leading, and then Fastnet Rock should get a lovely run in just behind them with Asifa, Genius and Evil and Gator settling off them, and then towards the back of the field we'll have Rules of Engagement and Superior and Save a Bill having the last crack at them. But we'll cross to Mark Sheen now at Rosehill for the Darley Australia Stakes, 1,200 metres from Rosehill.
100 metres, the final lead up to the Golden Slipper. And the gates crash back, and Savabeel missed the start and is back last of all. And Outback Prince began very quickly, is one of the leaders from High Priority. Asifa is driving forward, and also in that group is Fastnet Rock as they sort themselves out, and Simperian now driving through. Simperian led from Asifa, and then Fastnet Rock on the outside of High Priority. Outback Prince is fifth on the outside of Genius and Evil, up a lot closer today. And then came Dabkey Dancer, come in Spanner, Rule of Engagement, followed by Gator, who's well back from Savabeel, and Serenesto is back last of all. Asifa drew away as they come to the 600, 2 lengths Imperian. Fastnet Rock is tracking it on the outside of High Priority, and then Genius and Evil on the inside from Outback Prince. Then Dabkey Dancer come in Spanner, Rule of Engagement. Gator's still got a lot of work to do and given a flick with the whip, and then Savabeel. Asifa is the leader from Imperian. Fastnet Rock coming up strongly on the outside. Behind them Genius and Evil, and then Outback Prince, but the odds on favourite. Strode to the front now, Fastnet Rock. He's raced to the front from Imperian. Genius and Evil running on from Dabkey Dancer. High Priority getting up on the inside. It's Fastnet Rock in front. Genius and Evil's having a crack at him on the outside. Genius and Evil raced up, and Genius and Evil, a bit of a boil over, beat Fastnet Rock. High Priority third, and then come in Spanner, followed by Dabkey Dancer, then Imperian and Savabeel, followed by Rule of Engagement, Gator, and then came Sir Ernesto, Outback Prince, and last in was Asifa.
Well, favourite backers there were almost home. It looked a good thing at the top of the straight, Fastnet Rock, but once again managed to run second again. That's 5 races now for 2 seconds, and that's Genius and Evil down the outside, ridden by Damien Oliver from the Steve Engelbrecht stable. Great to see Steve got a nice horse here. He has been running great races, Genius and Evil. He only got beaten probably ahead by Faster Pussycat, who ran second in the Brambles Classic down at Kembla Grange on Thursday. So that's quite a good win, and they must be very excited, the Steve Engelbrett camp, because it's been a while. One of the main chances, and there's Crown Princess from the Mark Connor stable, Mark the son of Clary. We'll cross to Mark Sheen now for the calling of race 3, the Highland Race Colours Stakes, race 3 from Rosehill Gardens on Dubai Rosehill Guineas Day.
That's the one.
Takes its position. Now Mustabshir and Utsun move up. And they're all set. Starter goes up. And they're off and racing. And from the inside, Dance with Deb jumped out well. Perfect Rhapsody and Lou Hafe going forward in the early stages, and Focusing is not all that far away. But Lou Hafe will lead. Perfect Rhapsody getting up on the outside to second. Bella Sunday third on the outside of Focusing. Dance with Deb is fifth on the rail. Then Ramare followed by Dorky getting up in the centre. A couple of lengths to Santissima and Harley Ma. Further back was Mustabshir, and then came Crown Princess, Regal Thrills, and Utsun is back last of all. At the 800, it's Lou Hafe a half on Perfect Rhapsody. Focusing is third on the fence, and Bella Sunday is fourth one out. 2 lengths to Ramare on the outside of Dance with Deb, and then Santissima and Dorky racing together. Harley Ma 3 wide outside them from Mustabshir, followed by Regal Thrills, Crown Princess, and Utsun is back last, about 8 off the lead as they come to the turn, where it's Lou Hafe in front. Perfect Rhapsody on the outside is second, and the rider steering a little bit away from the inside, and then Focusing, Bella Sunday, Ramare. Dance with Deb working into the clear from Mustabshir, and Utsun is now coming down the outside. It's Perfect Rhapsody in front, coming at it on the outside, Bella Sunday. Here's Utsun. Utsun has raced up on the outside to hit the front from Mustabshir. Then Ramare and Regal Thrills coming down the outside as Utsun driving clear from Regal Thrills and Dorky, and Utsun remains unbeaten, goes on to score Regal Thrills or Dorky for second and third, and then Ramare followed in behind them by Santissima, Crown Princess, Mustabshir, Harley Ma, and then came Focusing. Further back was Perfect Rhapsody, Bella Sunday, Lou Hafe, and the riders dismounted from Dance with Deb after the post. Something's gone amiss with her. She's broken down, Dance with Deb, but the winner will be Utsun.
Yes, a great win there to Utsun. That's 3 from 3 now. 3 starts for 3 victories. Settled at the back of the field. They did go hard as we expected. Brad Pengelly just took him straight back to the tail of the field and gave him a beautiful run in transit. Just pulled him out to the middle of the track as we expected them to do. They're going to scout a little bit wide here today. And just a really nice horse this. Well bred by Nothing Like a Dane out of Ivory Rose, which is an
The starters got them all in line and they're racing. Strange Conflict began a little bit awkwardly, and he's gone back to be a clear last on settling down. Restless and Bedouin jumped out well, and they lead in the early stages from Saturday Fever, who's on the inside. He'll slot in about third. Jamila is fourth as they come down towards the post, and then came Terrific Taurus. Yaya Effendi is sliding up about 3 wide. Then Occo and Majestically, Beale Street and Strange Conflict is out the back last. They leave the straight, and there's a line of 3. Saturday Fever punching up on the inside. Restless is out 3 wide, and Bedouin easing back there to third now. Restless getting a little bit closer as they lead the straight. Jamila is fourth on the inside from Terrific Taurus, and Yaya Effendi's pulling its head off around the outside. He's gone up 3 wide. He's on the outside of Occo and Majestically, Beale Street and Strange Conflict. Jimmy Cassidy getting that horse back to last. They're heading up to the 1600 and Saturday Fever. He had his last start in Tasmania, and he's rolling along in front here today. Leads by about a length and a half. Restless is running second, and Jamila on the inside is third. Bedouin is fourth, and then came Majestically, followed by Terrific Taurus, and the rider is just looking to improve slightly there, followed by Occo and Beale Street, and then Yaya Effendi, who's now gone back and got in a little bit closer, and last of all is Strange Conflict. They head down the back, and there hasn't been a lot of speed on, and it's Saturday Fever in front of Restless, and Terrific Taurus was pulling a little bit, and he's now moving up on the outside 3 wide. Jamila's enjoyed a nice run on the inside, and Bedouin is fifth on its outside, followed by Majestically and Occo together. 2 lengths to Beale Street. Yaya Effendi and Strange Conflict is ridden quietly at the tail of the field. They've got 900 to go, and Saturday Fever bowling along in front leads by a length. Restless is second. Jamila on the inside of Terrific Taurus, and Bedouin is in the centre. A couple of lengths behind them, Majestically and Occo. Strange Conflict is making his move now. Cassidy is switching him to the outside, and he's starting to go up 3 and 4 wide. Beale Street quietly ridden second last, and Yaya Effendi is last as they come to the 600, and Saturday Fever is in a bit of trouble here. They're starting to attack it now. Jamila's going up on the inside, Restless the outside. 2 lengths Majestically and Bedouin. Terrific Taurus, Strange Conflict, and then came Occo taken to the outside, but Jamila went up on the inside to join Saturday Fever, and they knuckled down to fight it out. Saturday Fever's got a bit of a kick. He fights back and heads off Jamila again, and then came Restless, followed by Majestically. Further back Beale Street, but Saturday Fever's got plenty of guts. He raced away at the 100. He's wobbling about a bit off the track, but Saturday Fever's got it won. He races away over the concluding stages. Majestically and Restless run on, but it's Saturday Fever. Majestically second, close for third. There's Jamila's there on the inside with Beale Street and Restless, and then came Bedouin, followed by Yaya Effendi. Terrific Taurus, Occo and Strange Conflict did nothing and ran last.
Yeah, numbers.
Well, that's a fantastic front-riding ride there by Chris Muntz. First couple of sectionals, he went round in 15.62 and 13.78, 13.78. They were never, ever going to run him down once they went that slow, Amy. It's just a little bit of smart riding there by Chris Muntz, just going to the front, stacking them up and letting his horse relax underneath him. Really giving no other horse a hope, because once they go that slow, it's only a matter of mathematics that they can't.
As in the grey coming up to the outside stall. They're all boxed. This is race number 5, the Bajani Jewelers Handicap, and they're off and racing. And Portland Singer began quite well in the centre. Thunder Rosa away well, and Millanova's driving for the lead. Latin Rhythm not all that far away on the fence, and then came Curvy Girl. Great Anna and Vareza is back about midfield as they sort themselves out. Futurama is back on the inside. Ash Cinder's posted very wide in the run to the first corner on the outside of Norellan, who's 3 deep. Then Araloo and Star, Domiel, Dara Lamara getting well back to second last, and last of all is Spire. It's Thunder Rosa in front as they head down the back at the 1400. Millanova running second. About 2 or 3 lengths away behind them is Latin Rhythm. Portland Singer is up running fourth, and Ash Sind is still posted 3 wide. And then a couple of lengths to Curvy Girl and Vareza, followed by 2 lengths to Great Anna and Norellan racing together. Dara Lamara is taking off 3 wide around the outside. It's on the outside of Araloo and Star and Futurama. Domiel is second last, and last of all is Spire. They're approaching the 1,000, and it's Thunder Rosa the leader. Millanova is about 3/4 of a way in second spot, and Portland Singer is 2 lengths away third. Ash Sind, No Luck 3 wide on the outside, and then Latin Rhythm. Dara Lamara is going up, but it's 4 deep, and then Vareza travelling okay in midfield, followed by Araloo and Star taking closer order on the outside of Norellan. Great Anna is back on the fence, and then Curvy Girl, Domiel, Futurama and Spire is last, approaching the 600, and it's Thunder Rosa in front, in advance of Millanova and Dara Lamara, who's done a lot of work from the 1,000, moving up on the outside to third. 2 lengths to Latin Rhythm. Vareza is coming into it okay, and then Portland Singer, followed by Asin Norellan. Great Anna's are back about 6 as they turn for home. It's Thunder Rosa taken on by Dara Lamara and Millanova. Vareza's going up on the inside. Portland Singer coming to the outside, and Great Anna's trying to weave a course through and is starting to run on strongly. It's Vareza going up to Thunder Rosa. Great Anna got absolutely flattened, and Vareza went through with Thunder Rosa to hit the front. It's Vareza taking the lead and drew nicely clear, and Vareza's got the cash. Vareza goes on to win it. Thunder Rosa's second. Great Anna got absolutely poleaxed at the 100. Domiel finished fourth, and then came Spire, followed by Millanova, Curvy Girl, Portland Singer, and then Dara Lamara never on the track, followed by Norellan, Futurama, Ash Sin, Daraloo and Star, and tailed off Latin Rhythm.
Well,
Amy, I think we can safely say there that we've just seen a good thing beaten in the favourite Great Anna. It was going to win very, very easily, and I do believe that the gentleman on the horse who finished up winning the race, number 9, which is Glenn Boss, on the winner, Curvy Girl. I do think we might hear a little bit more about this race, with the fact that he's come out and hampered the favourite very, very badly in the finish there. I think he won't get the protest, I wouldn't think, even if he does protest, but I do believe that there might be some serious time coming up for young Glenn here. There we see the head on. That's Glenn Boss on the inside in the red. That's Darren going for the ride. You run in between Thunder Rosa and, well, it's probably more Thunder Rosa coming in.
Do you have the results from those protests?
Yes, there was a protest. Yes, well, we alluded to it when they went past the line. We said it was the best of good things beaten, and the stewards have seen it the same way. God bless them. Great Anna now holds the race to pay $2.80 and $1.50 from Vareza, who was across the line first but lost it because of the shifting of ground, paying $4.30 for the place, and Thunder Racer equally shifting its ground to take the race off the eventual winner, $2.80. So I think that's a very good result by the stewards.
Now Elstrom moves in. And we're just waiting for 2 more runners by the looks of it. Now coming up is Grand Zulu, who's taken all before him this time in, but certainly facing his stiffest test to date. Now Penitentiary in the New Zealander moves up. So they're just about set. Racing in the Guineas. And as they come into view now, and Tasumai is the early leader from Lord of the Land. Mount Street, the New Zealander, going up on the outside to third, and then Chosen Light. Elstrom is running about 4th or 5th in the early stages, and then Under the Bridge, followed by Niello. Grand Zulu is fairly wide as they travel up the side of the track, and Penitentiary is back last of all. Well, Tasumai is running along at the 1600 metres. He's about 2 or 3 lengths in front of Mount Street. Lord of the Land is over on the inside third. Elstrom has worked in, one off the fence, running 4th. Inclined to pull a little bit, but he does have cover now. And then Chosen Light followed by Under the Bridge. Grand Zulu is 3 wide. Niello is second last, and last is Penitentiary heading down the back. And it's Tasumai in front. He runs along at the 1300 by about 2 lengths on Lord of the Land and Mount Street. And they're about 5 lengths in front of Elstrom, running in 4th spot. Then came Chosen Light. Under the Bridges tracking Elstrom. And then Niello followed by Grand Zulu, and last of all is Penitentiary. They're coming up to the 1,000, and the leader is Tasumai. He looks to have settled okay now. In second spot is Mount Street, about 3/4 away. Lord of the Land is third, and Elstrom has closed that gap. He's now moved up to 4th and about 2 or 3 lengths off the leader. Then Chosen Light Under the Bridge, Niello over on the inside. Grand Zulu is second last, and last is Penitentiary as they head down the side. Well, Tasumai has had his own way, and as they come to the 650, he leads from Mount Street, creeping a little bit closer. Lord of the Land third. Elstrom is just in behind them, and then Penitentiary, who's going up on the inside. And then came Chosen Light, followed by Under the Bridge, Niello. Beedman trying to cut the corner, and last is Grand Zulu. It's Tasumai tackled by Penitentiary on the outside, coming at them Mount Street, and then Elstrom out wide, and Niello's going up on the inside, and Niello is tackling the leaders now. He's taken the shortcuts on the inside, and he has raced away. Elstrom down the outside, then Tasumai. Grand Zulu's running home strongly, but it's Niello in front as they draw down with 100 to go, and he's going to win back-to-back Guineas. It's Niello. Grand Zulu finished on strongly for second, Elstrom third, then Lord of the Land followed by Tasumai, then Penitentiary, Mount Street, Chosen Light, and Under the Bridge didn't do much and finished last of all.
Well, it just seems that the longer the races get, the better the octagonal Shadea horses get. That was a fantastic ride by Darren Beedman. He went up on the inside when everyone else was scouting out wide, looking for the better going. And what a fantastic run by the 25-1 outsider, Grand Zulu, who we let you know a little bit about before the race. And Elstrom, gallant in defeat, running third, his first wave of Sydney going. Good trifecta for those who took it. But Niello, far too good. He'll probably be the favourite for the Derby now, I would imagine. Elstrom just seemed to wobble around the turn a little bit. Being his first way of going, it could be forgiven for doing that. As we see there now, he just rolls out a little bit too far, a little bit of interference. But there's coming up the inside is Niello, which makes it an even better run because clearly the inside is a little bit off there today. And there's Rodney Quinn switching back on the inside on Grand Zulu as well. There's Elvis down the outside. Looked like he was going to come into the 200, but he just peaked on his run. Maybe the travel up to Sydney sort of was a little bit too much for him as a young horse. He'll improve from that run, there is no doubt about that, and he's got one of the main chances. They'll get along in this race, they'll go very, very fast, so watch for the Blouses getting home late as we cross now to Mark Sheen for his calling of the Rudy Hill RSL Club Stakes, race 7 at Rosehill Gardens on Dubai Rosehill Guineas Day.
And Zakynthos Star comes up into its stall, so stand by for a start. Just waiting for a few of them to steady. Now they're right. And they're off and racing, and Checkered Pass went back to last, and Paraka flew out. Recurring's being ridden forward from the wide gate, and it's cutting across to lead in the early stages. Cataclysm underneath it early in second, Paraka third, and then Kelly Song and Bumptious. Heck of a Party back in about sixth spot, followed by Sequi, but Heck of a Party strapped out about 4 wide. Then Fair Embrace with Myers back on the fence, followed by Only Glory, and is in that group, and so is Bella Corona. And then Tasamo, Fate Chompertrays, Akinthos Star, Checkered Past, and Go Ziggy is last. Well, Recurring has cut across to lead on the rail at the 600. Cataclysm a length away second, and Paraka is third from Kelly Song. Bumptious fifth on the inside from Heck of a Party being niggered along. And then came With My, followed by Sequi and Fair Embrace, and then Bella Corona to Samo. Fate Chomper Trays, Akinthos Star, Go Ziggy, and Checkered Past as last. But Recurring gave them something to catch as they come down towards the 300. Cataclysm on the outside is trying hard. And then came down the outside Bumptious and Paraka getting up on the inside. Cataclysm went up to hit the front. Paraka's coming after it on the inside. Paraka coming at Cataclysm. It's going home the better Paraka, and Paraka gets up to score. Beat Cataclysm. Close for third, maybe Recurring from Bumptious and Heck of a Party, and then came over on the inside With My. Fair Embrace, Fate Chomper Tray, and further back was Only Glory didn't fire from Sequi. And then came Kelly Song and Checkered Past. Further back Zakinthos Star, Bella Corona, and last into Samo.
Yeah, great.
Well, a terrific return to form by Paraka, the former South African Group 1 winning filly. She ran in the Cox Plate last year in rather controversial circumstances in her first start in Australia, but she's shown a lot of tenacity to fight back on the inside there. She actually drew barrier 6 and crossed them easily with an electrifying burst early, and then did it at both ends of the race. That was Cataclysm who hit the front halfway down the straight and looked home for all your money. But that was a terrific ride by Scotty Seamer. RGO, Carreel Boy and Barreel all going forward. Kablamo will get a beautiful run behind them, as will Red Trinket, Amex, and This Man Should. They're about to jump in the last at Rosehill on Rosehill Guineas Day. We'll cross to Mark Sheen for the call.
And they're off and racing, and a good even dispatch. And Boreal and So Assertive jumped out very quickly. Chris Muntz is going for the lead. Looks like it on So Assertive. This Man Should is kicking up underneath it. Boreal settling down third and now going through on the inside. Biagio racing a lot closer today in the longer race. And then came True Glow, followed by Kablamo. Dress Circle now drifting back to midfield, 3 wide on the outside of Nips and Gordo over on the inside. Then Amex, followed by Carreel Boy, Charlie Bub, Desert Sachet. And last of all is Red Trinket. It's So Assertive in front, and Muntz racing a little bit away from the rail. Biagio going up on the inside to second, and Boreal is third, 3 wide. This Man Should getting a nice trail fourth, and then True Glow fifth, and Kablamo is running sixth. So all the favourites are in a handy spot just off the pace. And then came Nips, followed by Gordo, and there's another one racing with them. It's Dress Circle, followed by Amex just checking off heels, and then Carreel Boy giving a smack with the whip from Red Trinket, Charlie Bub, and last is Desert Sachet. As they come to the 500, and Biagio joins So Assertive in front with Boreal. This Man Should is coming to the outside, running on strongly from True Glow, and then Kablamo taken to the outside, and further back was Gordo. It's So Assertive in front, kicking away from Biagio, and then came down the outside Boreal. Gordo's making a run, and then Kablamo. This Man Should is only battling, but it's So Assertive in front. Now True Glow is running on strongly. Biagio still there on the inside, and right out on the track it's Gordo. Gordo's moved up to hit the front now. Gordo and True Glow, Gordo. It looks like True Glow. True Glow has kicked through to win from Gordo. Maybe So Assertive third. There's a heap of them there with This Man Should and Kablamo out wide. Then came Biagio, followed by Amex and Nips, and further back Red Trinket, Carreel Boy, Desert Sachet. Boreal was next, and back last of all was Charlie Bub.
Here another.
Well, there we go. Another winner to Damien Oliver and Lee Friedman, and a fantastic ride again by Damien, being very patient. The horse looked like it was in a little bit of trouble coming to the corner. He gave it a beautiful run in transit, and then Gordo chimed in and looked the winner down the outside. But Damien and Lee prevail once again with True Glow, winning the last race, the Nature Vet Stakes, over 1,500 metres. That's a pretty good training performance from Lee. He's taken True Glow up there. Ran a terrific race the other day behind Yell when we covered the races there from Rosehill. Obviously got a liking for the Rosehill track, and that's a terrific win. A couple of mates of mine are in True Glow, and I'm very, very pleased for them. Chris Jackson, he's a good friend of mine. He owns True Glow, so good on him, and well done there. The placings, Gordo ran second, and I'm not quite sure of third. We'll wait for the photo to come through there. But we've just had a break. As we go to the head-on shot there's Damien, just sort of the run just opens up for him. Gordo drifting off the track under pressure, probably cost himself the race. And back on the inside is Assertive Lass and Biagio from the Waterhouse stable. This man should, then Kablamo. But there goes Damien, giving the True Glow a pat down the neck, and justifiably so, well deserved for a good win. We've just heard news that Elyse's, the sensational winner of race 1 today, has bled after the race, which means she'll have to now go to the paddock for a compulsory 3-month spell. Amy?
So that's obviously sad news, but for people out there who wouldn't know what the term bled actually means, what does it mean? Because it sounds quite scary, really.
Well, it is. I mean, a lot of horses do bleed on the inside anyway, as you can appreciate. When you're under that much stress and pressure, you do bleed a little bit, even humans do. But, I mean, most horses do bleed on the inside. But what happens is when they bleed from their lungs, it comes out both of their nostrils, and when that happens, it's considered to be a danger to the animal's health. So the stewards then ban them for 3 months. They can't race for 3 months, and they can come back and race. If they bleed again, then they get barred for life. They can't race anymore. It's different rules in America. In America, you're allowed to take what are prohibitive drugs here to stop bleeding. Right. In America, they consider it's a good thing when they bleed, because that's as fit as you can get a horse, and they race at their best. Right. So there's a bit of conjecture of whether it's good or bad. It sounds bad, but it's not as bad as it thinks. But as a precaution in this country, we put them out for 3 months.
Right. Okay. Well, that is sad news there, with the trainer obviously being disappointed.
Well, it's certainly going to throw a different light on the slipper now. I mean, it would look like she was going to be competitive come slipper time with the authority that she showed today. But I think I think we'll finish up with a very good slipper field, and it's bad luck to Tony McAvoy, because his horse that won the Sire's Produce the other day, Barely a Moment, went amiss after that race as well. So he's had a little bit of a bad luck, but he has got plenty of good horses. So it's commiserations to Tony and the owners of Elyse's, but I'm sure they've got a good horse there, and she'll win races down the track.
That's right. Well, that wraps up our broadcast for today here at Channel 31 of the races from Rosehill and, of course, Caulfield. We do really want to, Channel 31 would like to thank tvn.com.au, which is, of course, where you can get all of your race coverage as it happens. You can get live feeds and all that sort of thing. You can get live. You not only can get your live feeds, you can actually get your race replays, your photo finishes, and all your race results. We actually use it at Best Bets as a way to do our form. We get a lot of the videos from TVN just online. If we want to see the run of a horse while we're doing the form, we just click in and go into it, and it shows you its last run. So any run you want to see for your horses doing the form, it's the most important part of doing form, watching the horses' previous runs rather than trying to remember them off paper. So it's a fantastic site and a great innovation, and it's www.tvn.com.au, and we swear by it at Best Bets, and so get to the site and check it out. That's right. So you can get all your racing no matter where you are across the country, as long as you can hook it up to the internet. We'd also like to thank the STC, the Sydney Turf Club, who've made these possible today, bringing you all the races for your enjoyment. And we've had a great day. Steve, you enjoyed it?
We certainly have, yes. We backed a couple of winners and showed a small profit, and it's been exciting racing. And, like Amy said, it's a fantastic promotion that the STC have done. And let's hope we can carry it through to the AJC and the Derby and Doncaster Carnival in the next couple of weeks.
That's right, and the Golden Slipper coming up too, which
the Golden Slipper next Saturday, I'll be up there. Yes, I can't wait for it. That's probably one of the premier race meetings in the world. It's if you haven't been to a Golden Slipper, you should get to it, because it's a fantastic race meeting, not only for the 2-year-old race, but for all the pomp and ceremony and the whole thing that goes with the entire day. It's their equivalent to our Melbourne Cup, I guess, but it's only for the 2-year-olds. But it's a fantastic event.
That's right. So lots of exciting racing coming your way. So stay tuned to Channel 31 for all the live action. Thank you. I've been Amy Parks. This is Stephen Halliwell, and we'll see you next time. Here's word.